Do you want to be an effective communicator or a speaker in your life and to be successful? If you wish to be an effective communicant or a speaker, listen to this video. At the onset, a question rises up. Why we should be a good conversationalist and speaker? As there is one saying in English that today's speaker is tomorrow's leader. You could easily find that every leader in the world is a good speaker, provided you could acquire the quality of being a good speaker, the world could be controlled. The biggest force in the world is the political force. Just like the President of the United States of America, the Prime Minister of India, the President of Russia, the President of China, etc. If we analyze the traits or the qualities of these great leaders, we could find that they all are good conversationalists. They all are excellent speakers. Even take the example of the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. He doesn't have very high qualification, just like any other leaders or any other people. Still, he has been in the power over a decade as a Prime Minister of India, holding the biggest, the most covetous post in India. What made him to be the Prime Minister of India? Not his qualification, not his knowledge, but his traits, his quality of being a good speaker. He is able to convince the people through his effective speech. He could reach out the mind of the people through his effective communication. So, being a speaker, an effective speaker, is very important to be leading a country, to be leading the world, to be leading a society, to be leading a team, and thus achieving success. Now let's see what are the qualities and as to how to possess these qualities to be a good speaker. Right before that, let's see the speeches of Adolf Hitler. Despite his negativities, he was one of the greatest speakers in the world, one of the greatest speakers, one of the greatest leaders ever this world saw. He has got definitely lots of negatives. He killed more than 60 lakhs of Jews. All the negatives, keep it aside. One of his good qualities is being an excellent speaker. Let's see two of his speeches and analyze what made him to be one of the most effective conversationalists, one of the most effective speakers in the world.
Sein Sowjetzeichen soll vor sich hertragen und wir werden in unserem Zeichen wieder siegen. Ob du meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Having seen the speeches of Adolf Hitler, though it is very short, we could differentiate, we could understand, we could assimilate that he was a wonderful speaker. At the age of 36, democratically, he was elected as the Chancellor of the great Germany then. What made him to be the Chancellor, equal to our Prime Minister, at the age of 36, was nothing but his effective communication skill. So he communicated to the people his ideas, his concepts. He could reach out to the mind of the people of Germany. Having he addressed 2 lakhs of people, not less than 1 lakh of people joined his Nazi movement. Such a great, such a powerful was his speech. If we analyze his speech, we could understand 3 things. The first thing is his body language. He was one of the men in the world who could most effectively use his body language to communicate his concepts or ideas to the people. Each and every part of his face communicated to the people. Even the strand of the hair communicated as he delivered his speech. His eyes communicated to the people. His eyebrows communicated to the people. The frown that occurred on his forehead communicated to the people. His cheeks communicated to the people. His half-shaven mustache communicated to the people. His teeth communicated to the people. His lips communicated to the people. His hands communicated to the people. The whole body communicated to the people. At times he jumped during the speech. As a result, the whole body was a medium to communicate to the people. So body language is the most important thing as we communicate to the people, especially as we deliver a speech, as we address an audience. The second trait or the quality that we could find in his speech is that his fluency. Though the speech was in German language, he was very fluent in his communication. Let it be the medium of communication, let it be any language. We must be fluent in the language which we have been using for communicating to the audience. Let it be Tamil or a Malayalam or a Hindi or English or German or French or whatever the language. We must be fluent in that. He could speak, he could communicate very fluently to the people. There is no breakage in between. There is no other unwanted body language during his communication to the people. There has been a fluency in his communication. So the fluency of language, fluency of body language, without any break, without any unwanted kind of gesture or the breakage in the communication, which is very important. The third thing is content. We have to have a very strong content to be communicated to the people. According to the situation, we have to select the content. Politicians would be selecting different contents. A teacher could be selecting different contents. So we have to understand the psychology or the need of the people of the time. Accordingly, we have to select the content, and that has to be effectively, powerfully, with fluency, with proper body language to be communicated to the audience. As a result, our conversation, our speech would be the most effective, so that we could be a leader. We can lead a team. We can lead a state. We can lead a country. We can lead even the world. For example, you'd be wondering when I see through communication, how can we lead the world? One of the most traits, one of the qualities of the United States President, as of now, Trump, is nothing but his effective communication. He was able to communicate with lakhs of people fluently with effective body language. As a result, he was selected as the President of the United States of America, and he has been ruling the world. Even Narendra Modi, as I told you right at the beginning, he became the Prime Minister of India only because of his effective communication. And he has been ruling over a decade, one of the biggest countries in the world, India. So be a good conversationalist, be a good speaker, be an effective speaker, and thus rule the world to be successful in your life. I wish everybody to be an effective communicant, an effective speaker. Thank you very much for your patient listening to me.